Good morning. Call the board meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, good morning. Consideration of agenda items. Any
No
additions or corrections to the agenda?
Sorry, no changes, Mr. Chair.
Motion to approve.
Move agenda.
Motion by Commissioner Schmalz, second by Commissioner Wright. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda.
No changes, Mr. Chair.
Move approval.
Motion by Commissioner Wright. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Chachka. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Sheriff's Office. Good morning.
Good morning. Here this morning, looking for approval to use Vertex Unmanned Solutions out of Plymouth to sell a Sheriff's Office drone and accessories via consignment. This is the company that we have purchased our drones through, and we would receive 80% of the sale to be used towards the replacement of the drone being sold. The drone being sold is a Matrice 210 that is no longer supported and will no longer be compatible with the software that allows us to live stream the video.
Any questions for the sheriff? I'll move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Wright. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Health and Human Services. Good morning, Barrett.
Good morning. I have two items for you today. The first is to consider approving a grant contract with Minnesota Department of Human Services Behavioral Health Administration to receive funding and administer mental health crisis and other related services to clients in McLeod County for the period of July 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2026. McLeod County will receive $610,988 for the contract period, which will go to Canvas Health, as McLeod County has contracted with them earlier this year to provide the mental health crisis services. Canvas Health will provide the telephonic crisis triage, intervention, and safety welfare checks, consultation with professionals in the community, and/or general information and referrals, community-based critical incident stress management interventions, and development of a mobile crisis response service for McLeod County.
Very good. Any questions for Barrett? Wishes of the board?
Mr. Chair, I'll move approval.
Motion by Commissioner Schmalz for approval. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Chachka. Any discussion?
Mr. Chair?
Commissioner Schmalz?
Yeah, Mr. Chair and Board, this is something that we've been waiting to get completion on, since the transition was announced that we're going through. So this gets us a step closer.
Yes.
And I'm happy that, we have a service available, and I'll vote for its approval. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
My second item is to consider approving the contract for services with Sarah Lynn Pazer for children's mental health clinical supervision for the period of August 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2026, at a rate of $165 per hour, not to exceed 80 hours, or the equivalent of $13,200, with funds from the Family Social Services Budget 11-430. State statute requires clinical supervision and signed care plans for children's mental health case managers to provide services and bill medical assistance and managed care plans for the services provided. As you'll recall, earlier this year, you did approve a contract with Ashley Hubble for this exact same services. Unfortunately, she passed away earlier this year, and so we need to have another provider for this service.
Very well. Wishes of the board?
Question, Mr. Chair?
Commissioner Schmalz?
And Barrett, is this, does this contract basically Is it the same as what we had previously?
It is, yes. It's for a little more hours, just because we have a staff member who is new to providing children's case management, and so maybe she'll need some more clinical supervision time.
Thank you. I'll move approval, Mr. Chair.
Motion by Commissioner Schmalz, is there a second?
Second that.
Second by Commissioner Wright. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public Works.
Good morning. Consider approving advertisement for bids to remove structures at Stalls Lake Park. The house, garage, and silo are all being considered for removal at Stalls Lake Park. As outlined in the Parks Plan, cleaning up the grounds and removing hazards are priorities. Staff is evaluating the potential to repurpose the silo and the garage, as well as options to relocate the electrical service and water system. In the event repurposing is not feasible, the garage and silo would also be removed. Structural removal will most likely occur next year, with staff bringing quotes for the work to the board for approval.
So it's literally just advertising for bids at this point.
Yep.
All right, I'll move to approve. Is there a second?
Second that.
Second by Commissioner Wright. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item B, consider approving the bid from Landscapings of Hutchinson, Minnesota for the sale of approximately 730 rocks and boulders from county parks for $3,650. As outlined in the Parks Plan, removing or repurposing the rocks was recommended for all parks. Although the rocks have served a purpose to border park property and deter vehicles from driving throughout the parks, the additional maintenance of mowing and trimming around them is the primary reason for their removal. The rocks being sold are located at Swan Lake Park, Buffalo Creek Park, Petenburg Park, and Lake Marion Park. The remaining rocks will be used for landscaping purposes. A request for bids was sent to six contractors, but only one bid was received.
Questions for John? I was probably the one that wasn't a huge fan of this, but I don't have to mow and trim around them, so I'll move to approve. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Chachka. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do have one question for you yet, John. Sorry, if that's okay.
Yep.
What's going on out at Lake Marion with the grass that was left open?
So they sprayed it a couple times to try to kill the grass, and then they did attempt to seed it early, and it was too wet, so they ended up disking it, and then they went back and seeded, and then plugged plants in for the native prairie that we got the grant on.
Perfect, thank you.
Building maintenance.
Good morning.
Morning.
One item for your consideration. Consider approving a quote from Widsev out of Mankato, Minnesota for design scope of service for the McLeod County Fairgrounds Century Hall Acoustics Project at a cost of $2,500 with coronavirus relief funds from the American Rescue Plan Act 25-003. Proposed scope of service includes building reflected ceiling plan indicating current reverberation times, desired reverberation times, acoustic panels, panel location, size and mounting details, and on-drawing specifications of acoustic panel material, finish and mounting hardware.
Commissioner Wright, anything to add from the Fair Commission side?
Yeah, I think since Century Hall has been up and running, events that I've been at and just hearing from others, the consistent echoing is an issue. And it needs to be addressed in order to fully appreciate the type of events that we can have in there. And definitely looking for a way to handle the sound bounce and get those acoustics under control so that we can have just really maximize our potential of such a beautiful facility.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree with Commissioner Wright. It's just one of them things, it's new, and in layman's terms, it echoes, and it isn't gonna get any better, so it's just one of those deals, so, it's needed to appreciate that building. I mean, it'll be used a lot.
Anything else? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Motion
I'll
by
second.
Commissioner Wright, second by Commissioner Kruger. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Andrew, do you have something?
Yep, this one. Commissioner Schmalz asked me to do a quick construction update. I missed that on the Public Works there. On County Road 1, Lester Prairie to Winstead. So we have completed the concrete paving, and crews are currently working on bituminous paving. They have finished up in the town of Winstead and are working on the shoulders on their way south towards Lester Prairie. Should be about another week and a half, and they should be done with that. Then the aggregate shouldering and pavement markings will follow, and then we can open the road.
Very good.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Question, Andrew. Are the contractors pretty well lined up? I mean, can we get the painting done, let's say, as soon as the paving is completed?
Yeah, that's all gonna depend on weather. The rain's really screwing up with everybody's schedule right now, so we're struggling to keep everybody on a schedule because every other job's getting moved around with rain. So, we're doing the best we can, and the prime contractor's doing a really good job of coordinating schedules at this point.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Thanks for the update, Andrew, and, my district is looking forward to the road reopening, as soon as it's ready. Thank you.
I think everybody is looking forward to it reopening, so that'll be good. All right, environmental services, I have Sheila, you're covering these?
Yes. Item A, consider approving sketch plan 25-04 as requested by Gerald Heinz of Hutchinson, Minnesota, for a two-lot sketch plan, 2 residential lots to be located on 14.19 acres of non-tillable field.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I'll move to approve.
Very good. Motion by Commissioner Kruger, and I can second it. There is some further description if anybody has any questions, but it seemed to be pretty straightforward through the township. And it does say the county engineer submitted comments stating access shall be located at shared property line. Do you have anything to add to the request or anything? No, okay. All right, there's a motion on the floor. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item B, consider approving conditional use permit 25-17 as requested by Jeffrey Woods, 14493 140th Street, Glencoe, Minnesota, to construct an accessory building greater than 2,400 square feet and attach it onto an existing 50-foot by 80-foot pole shed on an A agricultural zone parcel less than 10 acres. It will be used for personal use only. This parcel is 7.5 acres in size and located in section 35 of Hassan Valley Township, with the Hassan Valley Township Board unanimously recommending approval at their July 8th, 2025 meeting, and the County Planning Advisory Commission doing the same on their meeting held on July 23rd, 2025.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Kruger, is there a second? Second by Commissioner Chachka, any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item C, consider approval of conditional use permit 25-18 as requested by Mark and Jeannie Heights, 15210 Mackenzie Boulevard, Minnetonka, Minnesota, to construct a pole shed 36 by 50 feet in a front yard on a platted lot. This A agriculture zone parcel is located at 22952 Lake Hook Road, Hutchinson, Minnesota, in section 17 of Hutchinson Township. It is 22.2 acres in size and described as K&J subdivision lot 001, block 001. The Hutchinson Township Board unanimously recommended approval on July 10, 2025. The County Planning Advisory Commission unanimously recommended approval on July 23rd, 2025.
Thank you. I'll move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Kruger. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I just want to state again that I'm the one that pushes to get these on the agenda, even though they're not, they're kind of slam dunks, but for transparency, people don't realize, I mean, they're all approved, they went through our different committees, and they meet all the requirements that we meet, but I get so many questions that what makes one different from the other. This pretty much lays out what everybody has to go through to get their permits, and it makes them, it makes the general public aware of what has happened, and besides that, I think it's the right thing to come in front of the board, even if it is a slam dunk, but.
Yeah, and I would add, it probably, not probably, would still have to come to the board, but at least in my tenure, we've moved them from the consent agenda, where they would be bundled up in one group, to individual, just so that everybody sees what's going on, or at least hears what's going on.
Well, it gives the board or anyone else a chance to actually question it, and that's what I was alluding to take it off consent and put it on department.
Thank you. Attorney's office.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. One item today is simply a notice of litigation. An individual, Ryan Blazin, who's currently also being prosecuted by the county for a felony offense, filed a civil complaint in McLeod County. It included named defendants of McLeod County, Blue Earth County, Meeker County, as well as the Minnesota Public Defender's Office, and then other quote-unquote relevant defendants. So that if Mr. Blazin's representing himself, he's making various allegations in the complaint. Our county, as well as Blue Earth and Meeker, have notified MCIT. They've provided an attorney that's representing all three of the counties. The Attorney General's office is also representing the Office of the Board of Public Defense. We've filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit a few weeks ago for lack of proper service and on some other grounds, and there's a hearing set for that at 1 p.m. this afternoon. So I expect the court to address that this afternoon. So nothing needed from the board at this time, just providing notice that there is that pending litigation, and I hope to have an update relatively soon at a future meeting based on our motion to dismiss. So thank you.
Thank you. County Administration, review of our calendars. Commissioner Kruger, whenever you're ready.
All right, since our last board meeting, we had the afternoon of our board meeting, we had a CD3 landowners meeting here in the boardroom. I also, on the 17th, did a drainage work group Zoom meeting. On the 22nd, I attended a railroad, I don't know what, it's a CCRRA meeting, so again, I don't exactly know what all the acronyms mean, but it was just to discuss the Dakota Rail. And on the 23rd, I had an HRA meeting, the 31st Trailblazer, and yesterday, SWCD meeting, and all during the last couple of weeks have been answering calls on different issues in the county roads. Drainage, weeds seems to be a big issue, some right-of-way issues.
Commissioner Wright?
I have one item. On the 16th of July, after the last time that we met, I did have a joint planning meeting, and that issue was approved just a few minutes ago. My calendar is a little light, as since the last time we met, I spent about a week hospitalized. Apparently a mosquito kind of got the drop on me, and I had a combination of West Nile and meningitis at the same time. So it was a heck of a way to get out of doing chores, I guess, at home, but thank goodness my family's close by to fill in. But I might try to find another way to do that somewhere down the road. So I had several days to just sit there and watch, never really been hospitalized like that before, but all the professionals coming in and doing their job. And I had to kind of put a place in my mind about how we kind of take it for granted how close we are to awesome healthcare in this area. And whether you're close to Hutch or Glencoe, your ability to be in significant trauma centers within a matter of minutes here is really important. It's something that you can overlook so fast. Where my in-laws live on the western side of the state. They have to travel 45 minutes to get to something even close to what we can be in here. It's just a few minutes. And so I thought that was just kind of a good observation for myself to make, that we're very fortunate where we are here. And so to all those people that put on scrubs every day and see patients, just want to throw it out there. Thanks for what you do.
Very good. Good to see you back. The last meeting, I unfortunately missed with a last-minute issue, but I appreciate everybody covering the CD3 ditch meeting, and from hearing from the landowners and discussing with them, it seems like the progress is what everybody is happy with, or at least from what I'm getting told. Had to use some investigative skills to deal with some road issues in Hutchinson Township regarding the grading of the gravel roads. Bottom line, it's something that the township itself needs to work through. Still following the progress, or sometimes lack thereof, of the northern end of Hutchinson and the project regarding the rerouting of the tile. Some personnel things that went on, and then a shout out to our fairground staff and everybody that came to town for the Orange Spectacular. It was a huge crowd again. I was working during it, so I got to see and experience it in a different way and a different light, but it brought a lot of people to town, and it was, for me, I was proud to have it at the fairgrounds that we help maintain. That's all for me. Commissioner Schmalz?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Since our last county board meeting, we held our workshop right here at the Government Center after the board meeting. And then I attended the CD3 landowner meeting that early afternoon. And I followed that up with a well-being committee meeting at 2 o'clock right here at the Government Center as well. That evening, I attended the Winsted City Council meeting. Winsted invites me in annually to give a update or report pertaining to county issues, and I graciously accept their invitation. I basically followed the quarterly newsletter, the summer newsletter that just came out as an outline. Lots of great information in there on upcoming events like the fair, the water testing, the boater, new regulations coming in on the boater operator situation. They were very attentive to my visit. And what I like to do when I visit a city council, I like to take someone with me. Not because I need the security, but it exposes them to what's going on in McLeod County. So I invited our Health and Human Services Director, Barrett Spores, to attend with me, and she graciously accepted. And Barrett asked me, well, what should I talk about? And I said, well, why don't you show them an organizational chart? And that's how Barrett started her presentation. I think they were truly amazed about, and I don't know if this is good or bad, but the size of the organization that Barrett heads up. I believe Barrett stated there's 127 employees underneath her in Health and Human Services. And the questions were many pertaining to the services we provide and the services that Barrett provides to McLeod County residents. So they were truly engaged. And toward the end of the presentation, one of the council members asked Barrett, well, how many people are served by the county? And I was very impressed by the answer that Barrett gave. Barrett stated that many people are served by the county, and she can't come up with an exact number, but she can tell you with a lot of certainty that Health and Human Services affects every citizen in McLeod County in one way or another. Whether you know someone who's getting help, whether you got help yourself, whether you're in child protection or a foster home, there are a lot of moving parts, and I know that I'm not even hitting on the most important ones, but I just wanted to highlight you know, that the meeting went well, and I appreciated Barrett appearing and educating the city council in Winston about what Health and Human Services is about in McLeod County. And then Wednesday the 16th, I attended a Zoom meeting that was hosted by AMC, and it pertained to the recent federal legislation and how that affects SNAP benefits. It was noted that I believe that they've really never had as much participation at a meeting as what they had at that one. There was, I believe, at one time, like 350 participants on that Zoom meeting. Lots of questions. It doesn't sound like there are any hard start dates on when that legislation takes effect. Potentially, it has a 10% cost share, which may be reflected back to the state of Minnesota. And we know from this past year's experience that if the state of Minnesota is incurring additional costs, we as counties may incur additional costs as well with this legislation. So there were lots of questions. It was a very well-run Zoom meeting, and I appreciate that from AMC. I took more than one call in the last couple of weeks about a property, a parcel in one of my cities in my district where there is a potential foreclosure going on, and I'm a little bit baffled on me getting a call on a foreclosure, but I'll try to direct those people in the right direction with the questions that they're presenting to me. Also took a call about a little bit of a dispute over some parcel lot boundaries in my district. Also took a call pertaining to the proposed slug shotgun hunting changes which could be coming next year. And that's all I've got, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Chashka?
Yep. After the workshop on the 15th, I attended the cannabis webinar that AMC had. I feel like that's one area that I'm really lacking, and it seems to be coming up quick, and I'm trying to get information, and I hopefully will get there. But again, that's, to me, some of those cannabis things that I've attended in the last year have just been pretty vague, so we'll see. On the 23rd, we had our planning commission meeting with the stuff that we had went over and approved today. The 24th, we had economic development. It was a really small group that day, but we went over the stuff that Liz has been doing, and we meet for an hour and a half, and she took up pretty much the whole hour and a half on stuff that she's been doing, things she wants to do, different directions and stuff. So it was a good meeting, though, even though that there was only a few of us. On the 29th, the CHS Executive Committee held a Zoom meeting. We talked about different grants that are out there that KAIS is looking to get, and how to deal with the excess of some of the indirect costs and the LPHA overages. So that is something that we put on hold right now, and we'll talk about later at the full board meeting. But that was a good meeting. They keep discussing things, and it's starting to stick. So that's that CHS is it looks like, you know, a really good board or a commission to be a part of, because their committee is very active with a lot of stuff with that. On the 31st, we had a Trailblazer meeting in Glencoe. They're working on budgets for the next couple of years, audits, computer procurement, different stuff like that, and there were some things that needed to be done, I think, by the end of July, so we met right on the 31st. And then yesterday, I went to Olivia with Supporting Hands. That committee only meets 4 times a year, so yesterday was the second as far as the commissioners are concern, but there again, it seems like there's some good stuff going on. The director, Nikki Prosch, is back from her maternity leave, and so she's back at it full force, applying for grants and again, budgets for next year, so, and that brings us to today.
Thank you. Anything from the attorney's office? All right, administration?
Just think, we're happy to have Commissioner Wright back and
you.
healthy, so thank you. And did you even miss a meeting? No,
Couple committees, that was about
Okay.
it, so.
it's amazing. Very glad you're okay. Item A, notification of board workshop following the board meeting on Tuesday, August 19, 2025 at the McLeod County Government Center, 520 Chandler Avenue, North Glencoe, Minnesota.
All right. We do have a closed session, but I will open up for open forum or press relations, anything. Purpose of the closed session is discuss Minnesota County's environmental trust letter, and I need a motion to go into closed session.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Motion by Commissioner Schmalz, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Kruger, any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Clear the room and pick up from there.